Erica Martinez. Welcome to my podcast. This is episode 2. Beforehand, I want to say thank you for everybody that's been watching, following, and sharing my podcast. And today we have some very special guests. To start off with, I'm going to introduce my son, Ezikio.
Hi, my name is Ezikio Medina. I'm 11 years old. I'm Erica's son.
Thank you. Ezikio, what are some things that you like to do?
It's taekwondo and what I do. My favorite things about taekwondo, it's like punch, kicks, sparring, board breaks, and then pumse. Yep.
Awesome. So out of all of those, what's your favorite thing to do?
Kicks, punch, sparring.
Okay.
Board breaks. Belt tests.
Belt tests.
Yep.
Awesome. Do you get excited when you do belt tests?
Yeah.
Yeah? Why do you get excited?
Because it's my favorite things to do.
It's your favorite thing to do.
Yeah.
What about it though is like your favorite thing to do about belt testing?
You just have to get a lot to get to levels 2 belts. So you can get to that belt.
To get to black belt?
Yep.
Okay, what belt are you right now?
Pum belt.
Pum belt. What is that?
It's red and black.
Red and black. Okay. And that's the step before black belt?
Yep.
Awesome. That's great. Okay, so now with that being said, we're going to introduce Mr. Allen.
Hi guys.
He's Ezikio's instructor at Taekwondo. Mr. Allen, would you like to introduce yourself a little bit about you?
My name's Alan Valencia. I run the Taekwondo school. I'm the lead instructor for the Pasco location. We have 4 different locations, but I'm the main guy for the Pasco one. And then my boss, Master Roach, just bounces between the 4.
Got it.
He's the main guy, but I'm the one that runs that one spot.
Yeah. We've always see you there, but we've seen Master Roach too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's he comes in here and there, right? Yeah, he's pretty interesting.
We always say to say hi, Master Roach.
Yeah, that's a thing to do, right?
Yeah.
When he comes in.
And anytime they come in, I make them greet him.
Yeah, that's good because then that shows them who he is, right? So he's like the lead instructor of all of you.
He's the you would call master head instructor, the chief instructor.
Chief instructor. Got it. So is there names to you guys? So he's the chief instructor.
Because he's he's the boss, he's the owner. He's
right,
my teacher.
Yeah.
I started with him when I was fresh 14, taking class and all.
Oh wow.
Before I started being a junior instructor, helping around just holding targets and all whatnot. But he's the main guy. Then it's the leads, the ones who run the schools. And then there's the junior instructors, my helpers, the ones the 2 girls you see helping around in class with me. So so that's just kind of how it works. And then we have assistant instructors. I forgot to mention that, the ones who kind of coverage, help cover class. If I'm ever sick, it could be Master Roach or it could be one of some of the other 2 guys that work there as well.
Substituting for you. Awesome. So we want to learn a little bit about you. What got you into Taekwondo?
When I was younger, both my brother and I just kind of wanted to do another activity. We started with music, so I used to play the guitar. My brother used to play the piano, and then we asked about singing.
Yeah.
We didn't sing very well. We sound like dying cats.
But we'll start somewhere though.
Yeah.
No, he's no.
It was not good at all.
Yeah.
I recorded myself one time. I was ooh, that's what I sounded like. It's torture. But then that school unfortunately had to close down. The owner couldn't keep up with the school and all. So then we did swimming for a little while. And we learned how to swim, my brother and I. And then after that, swimming's only for it's seasonal.
Right.
It was only for the summer.
You lived in Tri-Cities.
I
so yeah.
Was born in Tri-Cities, raised in the Tri-Cities.
Oh, cool.
My parents were from Mexico, but they moved here when they were pretty young, late teens, early 20s.
Oh wow. Yeah. Okay, so they were here pretty early in their life.
Yeah. So we asked our parents about doing something. My brother wanted to do boxing. I wanted to do something that had to do with kicks and punches or whatever, because I remember seeing it on TV, the movies and TV shows, and I remember they had guests and Conan O'Brien and all these other things, and I was I want to do that.
Yeah, it looks fun.
It was exciting. Seeing all those kicks, I'm I want to be able to do that.
Right.
Well, my brother didn't care.
Yeah.
He's I just want to punch something. But my mom, before she owned her own business or whatever, she used to clean for the police department.
Okay.
She met my boss, Master Roach, through there. She gave him a brochure or something like that.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh yeah, my son just opened up a school. Give me if you want to give it a shot for your boys. I know you said you were looking for something with your boys." And mom was like, "Oh,
definitely. Yeah.
And I remember mom and dad made me call. They always used to make us do that so we can get more confident with like talking to people. Like they do that to us. Like I remember like ordering food and whatever. But he made my little preteen voice had to call him, and he had to answer the phone. I remember I called him up around noon because he used to open a little earlier.
Yeah.
And I remember just asking him questions, whatever, and we started with the trial, and then we loved it, and then we just kind of stayed with it, and the rest is history.
Yeah. That's awesome.
It was just watching shows and stuff. I was like, I want to do that.
Okay.
I want to be able to do that.
Awesome. Well, Ezikio, a little bit background on how he started, right? Ezikio didn't really ask to join, but he was invited. His cousins were joining Taekwondo at the moment, and my sister and I was like, hey, maybe Ezikio wants to come along and also try it out. And I said, why not? I really like that starting program that you had at that moment. It was $30, right?
Yeah, so we have like a trial to like test it out, see if it's something that you enjoy, something they enjoy.
Yeah.
As in like you find value from it. I mean, we try to. I mean, we think it has value in it. That's kind of like our chance to kind of prove to you guys like, here's what we got. I mean, you don't have to commit to. I mean, it's just monthly. You don't have to commit to anything.
Right.
This is just to try it out. Comes with the uniform. This is the schedule. Try the class.
Yes, I love that concept because, I mean, parents, or as a parent, you kind of don't know what's out there for your kids and what they can be a part of or how it works. So getting to know how those programs work, especially when you have something to start them off just as a trial thing, it kind of gives that confidence. Like, you know what? Maybe he will like it. Maybe it'll spark an interest in him. But beside from that, it is a lot of value. Like, it's taught Ezikio a lot of things.
No, we appreciate that. We try to use Taekwondo as a tool. It's like for respect. To the main thing we try to help people with is like confidence, and we try to use that. Like that's why we break boards. I mean, it shows that you can follow through your technique, have good power, but it also like it's that confidence booster.
Yeah.
And along with like sparring, like once you get better at it, you get more confident. And we just kind of, I mean, it's still a martial art. I mean, we still want people to learn. I mean, by the end of it, you should be able to defend yourself somewhat.
Yes.
You should be able to get a little bit more athletic. I mean, you're doing all these, it's a physical activity. I mean, but we try to build confidence using Taekwondo.
Right. What do you think? Has that taught you anything, being in Taekwondo?
Oh, it sounds great.
Yeah, it sounds great?
Yeah.
Okay, but have you learned those though? How do you feel about learning that from Taekwondo?
I feel great.
You feel great?
Yeah.
Do you feel like you're more confident being in Taekwondo?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. What about respectful or anything along those lines, like Mr. Allen said?
Honestly, I don't know.
You don't know?
Yeah.
Well, I think you've been a lot more respectful.
Yeah.
A lot more focused. Responsible, right?
Yep.
And you've been a lot more like calm. You know, me personally too, when I was younger, I wanted to join sports. Something about sports was my thing, but I didn't have that chance. So for me, it's very important for parents to know that there's things for kids like that will help them boost their confidence.
Yeah, and from what I've seen from class, I mean, I remember him his first day.
Yeah.
I can tell he's become more confident. I mean,
yeah.
For some kids, they don't even raise their hand and ask questions, or I can slowly tell when they start being more talkative, like they're more willing to talk and participate.
Yeah.
I've noticed that with him.
Yeah.
He's gotten more confident since, I mean, from day one to now.
Right. Yeah, I know. He comes off a little shy sometimes because he doesn't know you, and I think that's normal for everybody.
I mean, when he meets us, I mean, we're all, I mean, he's in a class, he doesn't know people. I mean, besides, like, I mean, his cousins, like you said, and then I was a stranger to him. I mean, he hadn't met me until that day. I mean, that's completely understandable.
Right. Yeah, but I feel like it's done good for him. He's evolved a lot, not only just with Taekwondo, even with school. It influenced him to try harder, stay focused, try again if he fails. That's another thing that I feel like as a parent we need to like teach our kids, that even though you fail, you need to try again, and you need to be confident with yourself, whatever you choose to do, like career-wise, in your life as well. It'll teach you a lot of value.
That's what we try to kind of build off that. That's what we talk about, the 5 tenets. I know there's like code we have to live by. That's what we tell them, but we kind of use that as a tool. We like ask them for examples how they can use them in class, but not just in class, but outside of their like how can you have good integrity, or how can you show good perseverance outside of here? Like give us examples. We'll give them examples too. I mean, if no one raises their hand.
Right.
But
I mean, they're kids. I wouldn't really expect for them to know all of those words, right?
Yeah, that's why we always start with like, okay, this is what it means. We have them repeat like, what's perseverance means the opposite of quitting, and then they give us examples how you can not quit in here when something's hard, and then okay, now how about at school?
Right.
How can you show us with that? And same thing with like having good indomitable spirit and
that's actually Ezikio's team, indomitable spirit, and I feel like that's great for him. And it's crazy, like to me, that you guys only see him in class and you see like his character, the way he kind of teaches or he like treats other people, and you guys just like spot on hit it when you're like indomitable spirit, because that is totally you.
Yeah, because I know nobody knows about this, but we split them up into like 4 teams, kind of like on Harry Potter.
Yes.
It's like why can't I think of any of the teams right now? Slytherin and all this stuff. We kind of use that concept to as a tool to kind of motivate them a little bit more. So so there's like 4 different teams. There's the perseverance team, indomitable spirit, courtesy, and integrity, perseverance, indomitable spirit, and courtesy. And they have like mascots, and they're like the blue team, the red team, the green team, the whatever team, and then we give them points based off like if they impress us in class, if they do something respectful, if sometimes we'll give them points if they show us that they get awards at school, like perfect attendance or honor roll. We use that as a tool to kind of motivate them more in class, but also outside of class.
Yes.
And then at the end of the quarter, which is like about 3-4 months, they get like a prize.
Oh yes, that's right. I think Ezikio's team got a prize once, right?
They won one time, I think.
So far. Doesn't mean they're doing bad. It just means that other teams have progressed and done better.
Yeah, it's between the 4 schools. So we like give points, and then we at the end of the night, at the end of the week, we like send the points, and then we just kind of put them together, and by the end of it tends to be some teams that kind of win more points, but that's just how it is, I guess.
Yeah. But it's a learning progress. And I feel like it's good for kids. It's good for a community, because as a parent, if you're going to move to Tri-Cities, not that this is about real estate, but it's good to know where a community can offer for you and your family and your kids more than anything. Because growing up, even when I started here, there wasn't a lot, even though there was taekwondo, but there wasn't like many options. Or boxing was another one that was here back then. But other than that, there was not like small leagues or anything like that. Where
there wasn't many schools back
right.
then.
So nothing that kids can choose, like, oh, I wanna go do this because my friend is doing it, or because my cousin is doing it, or somehow they learned about it. But now there's so many options, and this one just happens to be about taekwondo because my son is in taekwondo, and I'm very proud of him. He enjoys it, and he's like evolved so much.
Oh, yeah, he does an amazing job in that.
Yeah,
no complaints.
You good?
Like, we don't. Well, the only thing we ever ask for students is like we try to work on the respect, and but we love perfect student first, like respectful and pays attention, like has good effort and listens. That's all we ever ask for.
Yeah. I feel like it's very simple.
Yeah, and the talent of it, we can help. I mean, that's what we're there. We help them with that, but that's what we prefer. We prefer that we can kind of help them grow more. But he's respectful and does a good job in class, and he happens to be really talented in it too.
Right, he is. I know.
Does an amazing job.
He does. Thank you. But yeah, one thing I want to say, when Ezikio started, he started with like, it was pretty big class, right? And it was kind of like different ages. It wasn't all the same age. Like Ezikio is 11. At the time, I believe he was 9 or so, because he's been in there for 2 years now.
8 years old.
No, you were 9. Yeah, you were 9, and then it was a whole year because it was after COVID. Around that time that you guys joined. So, anyways, there was a different variety of kids. There were some little kids, medium kids. There were some taller kids too.
That white belt class between 5 to 12-year-olds.
Yeah.
So there's like some 5, some 8, some 10.
Yes. Keep them together in their little group age.
Yeah, and then we separate, like, then there's the teens and adults group, but we don't have them together because the kids, they needs to be a little slower paced than
adults. So you guys have classes for adults as well, right? And that's kind of after hours.
It's the last class of the day typically.
Okay.
So right now we have it at just 7:30 Monday to Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
And that's teenagers and adults can take class. It's 45 minutes class.
Yes.
And they can take class. I mean, they get pushed a little more because, I mean, it's not a kid's class.
Right. I remember.
They understand things quicker. They tend to be a little bit more coordinated. Not all of them. Some people everybody has different bodies, but they tend to kind of click things a little easier. I don't have to explain as much.
It's a different pace. Right. Because I do remember one time we messed up the times. I think you guys were changing the schedule, and we showed up at his regular previous schedule time, and he happened to be with the adults and the younger generation. I remember that day because he was all excited because he was going to class, and then here comes all the adults and all the older kids. We're like, I think we missed your hour, huh?
Yeah.
What do you remember from that day? Do you remember that day?
Oh.
When we went in, there was adults, and then Mr. Allen kind of like pushed you guys to do push-ups and crunches and like all of this different pace. And I was like, oh, he's gonna be dead after this. He's gonna be tired, but I mean, he kept up. I was amazed that he did really good. I think you guys were doing a little bit of sparring that day, or was it more of like kicks and stuff? I don't remember. I don't know if you remember.
Did they have gear on?
They didn't. But
then
you
it
guys,
was just kick focused.
Yes, there you go.
It was just kick focused.
Yes, and he was all like endurance, but he was keeping up. That was what amazed me, because there was adults and younger kids there. There was none of kids his age, and we were like,
I didn't want. I think I kind of remember that day. I didn't want to. Typically, someone shows up to like a class like that. I'm like, I'm not gonna send you guys back home. You're already there. Like, just come take class. If it was for a day, it's fine.
So that was very interesting, because that gave him a little bit of like what he can do if he stays in it a little bit longer, which I'm sure he will. He's very excited about black belt, even though it's going to take him a little longer to get there. Typically, how long do it take to move to black belt once they're poom belts?
Some people, they don't test for black belt until they're like, on average, at least with us, like 4 years. There's some people that take 5 years. It just kind of depends on how often they're coming to practice. And if they're ready at that time, because sometimes they just need a little bit more help with like certain stuff, and it's just everybody's a little different. Once they get to red belt, which is like the advanced group, they don't progress as fast because there's more to learn. And there's the brown belt, and there's more to learn. And the poom belt is just reviewed. They still learn, but there's still lots to review, because that means black belt prep. They're just prepping for that black belt, and they're just kind of getting ready. Lots of practice, and then eventually down the road. I mean, we gave you guys a checklist, so we're going to give you guys pretty soon a checklist. Good. That way you know where you stand at and what he needs to do to test. Cool. But typically it takes a little while, because it's for black. That means black belt should be a big deal.
It is a big deal. Yeah. Even though every belt is a big deal, I watched him move from starting off as white belt, then it's yellow belt, and then it's orange. I don't know the colors.
Different schools do it different ways, but we just structured it. Just happens to be white, yellow, orange, green, purple, blue, red, brown, and then the poom. And then there's black belt, and then there's different degrees for black belt.
As well. Yeah, I try to remember the colors, because we bought him a little belt organizer.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yes, it looks pretty awesome.
Put it like in the case, so it looks cool.
I know. Yeah. We're waiting until he gets the last one so we can put him on, just like keep it in that case, you know? Yes, you made it. To the first level of black belt, because there's more belt stuff to that.
Oh, it's going to be really hard to be on black belt.
Yeah, it is. But I think you can do it.
Yeah, I think I can.
Yeah?
Yep.
You're very confident on yourself? Yeah?
Yep.
Are you excited, though?
Very, very excited.
Very excited?
Yep.
I'm excited for you. I can't wait. I really do. Because going into black belt, there's different things you have to, like you're saying, the checklist, right?
Yeah, so basically getting to black belt just means you master the basics. So that's why it's lots of prep, because they're just kind of cleaning up all that stuff, all the technique, they're just getting ready. When he was talking about Pomse, those are just forms they have to learn.
Yes.
Sparring, they still have to come to some sparring class, because I mean, we don't say you have to be the greatest of it. You don't have to mop the floor people left and right. That's what everybody thinks. We just want you to get pretty decent at it. I mean, there are people who are really, really good. He's one of them that I think that are really good. There have been people who are really good at it, but we're not saying you have to get to that point.
Right.
We know not everybody's going to be like a fighter.
Yes.
That's not what we're about.
That's not, yes, I was going to say, it's more about defending yourself, you know. Someone's going to pick a fight with you, it's one thing. if you pick a fight with somebody else, then that's not defending yourself. That's just being a bully and picking
we
a fight.
we just want them to get decent at it.
Yes.
Saying we want them to continue taking class at that, and then we'll work on different stuff before they kind of test for that belt. And then once they get to black belt, then we work on different combinations, pushing them differently because there's more after it. It's not doesn't just stop at black belt.
Right.
There's more after that. You get learn more. You get pushed more.
Yeah.
Your forms get harder. The sparring gets more difficult. The combinations are more fun to do.
Yeah,
I mean, you mastered the basics. Now we get to have fun.
Yes.
Now we get to have fun. I remember getting in.
I think that's why everybody
so much
thinks.
more. I was like, this is amazing.
I think that's where he's at too. Because a lot of people think you get to black belt and they think that's it. There's nothing more to it. Like, why? But then there's more levels to it.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean,
that's
you don't
kind of
have to keep testing different degrees if you don't want to.
Right.
Some people, there's lots of people who just kind of stay at that and they just want to continue practicing and improving.
Yeah.
Others just want to keep leveling up, which is fine. Everybody does something a little different, but that's when it gets fun. At least personally, that's what I think. So we all the instructors think so too. Because I mean, we get to do more. We get to do more.
Yeah. Well, what's your favorite thing to do after black belt? Is it like the forms?
The combinations got a lot more fun. The forms did get more fun.
Yeah.
I wasn't always a person who loves forms.
Yeah.
When I first started, I loved sparring a lot more. Wasn't the greatest at it, but that's what I preferred. But eventually I understood that forms, I mean, it's when we get to practice technique. It's supposed to kind of showcase how good you clean how clean you can make your technique look.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I get it.
Yes.
And then I understood the sparring portion too. I mean, in some martial art, you have to spar. But my favorite part, I love to spar. But my favorite part is probably like the combinations we get to do.
Yeah.
Because I remember I asked masters, and not everybody has to learn this next part. This is just personally because I wanted to learn it because he likes to expose us to more of the martial arts industry. But he used to be able to, when he was younger, he used to practice like the 540 kicks, the 720 kicks. And I remember being interested in that. I was like, I want to learn that.
Yeah.
So I remember he like took the time and we practiced it. And I kind of have it down and I've been practicing it more and he helps me with it. But that's probably my favorite part, just doing those more stuff, more crazy kicks, fun combinations. Not everybody has to go do 540.
Yeah.
That's not part of our curriculum. If they want to learn
I'm going to have you show us what that kick is or that form, whatever that.
I need to stretch for that. I can do every kick without stretching except the 540.
The 540.
I tried it one time and I almost pulled something. I was like,
oh no. Oh, I know that feeling. Yes, let's not.
Every other kick, it's okay. The 540 is only
Maybe I should have told you. I was going to put you on the spot.
It's only because you have to use your hip a lot more.
Okay.
Do that extra little bit of turn. That's the only reason why. And since I've only been practicing that kick for a year and still not.
You're not quite there yet.
Okay, it's not like the 360 kicks.
Right.
Just the half turn kicks where I've been doing this for like years.
You're a pro at it.
I've been doing it for a while, so I'm like, okay, I'm more used to this. Like, that one, I'm like, okay, now I feel like a white belt again. This is a little harder.
It's pushing you. It's pushing your limits, which is good. That's awesome. I didn't really know what all came with after being a black belt. But Ezikio is very excited to be a black belt, so I can't wait to see, because I know there is some tournaments we have to go to, right?
You don't have to go to tournaments, but that we do make that available for people. I mean, we're gonna start doing like an inter-school tournament, and we're just gonna separate out that way they don't have to be there all day, because I know some tournaments that people have to wait in the staging area for a long time. It's hot, they get hungry, so we're just, I mean, if they want to compete in big tournaments, I mean, it'll happen. I mean, we don't run them.
It looks fun. Yeah,
but we're going to hold on with just between the 4 schools. The first one's just going to be forms. And it'll end like around like 1 early 2-ish o'clock. So it'll be in the morning time. And then a few months after that, around like January, February, we want to hold like a board breaking and a sparring one. That way, if they want to get the practice for it, see how like a tournament feels like. Yeah. Get like that feeling for it. And then if people do want to compete more, we can go to like different places. We can go to Portland. We could go anywhere they really want to. Just depends how serious they are about competing. We're okay with it. We'll go to those places and we'll help them prepare for that. Oh, okay. It's up to them. We just don't push that.
I thought it was like part of the program, because I remember when you guys were previous hype, you did have some requirements of them.
Well, now we're hype. We're still associated with the association we're with, but now we don't have to go to the tournament to test for black belt, because that's what previously you did, right? Lots of requirements. Part of the reason we rebranded, so they don't have to. You don't have to do a tournament to get black belt. I mean, Master Person had to do that when he was younger. Oh, I see. We don't see that to be black belt. You have to do tournament, or you have to do this many seminars and this and that. It's just you should be able to do the technique, do what you learn,
Okay.
show what you did, not have to go to tournaments and stuff. That's only if you want to.
Oh, okay. So now it's just an option.
Yeah, like if you want to go compete more, just have to let us know. We'll prep them and things like that, and we'll help prepare. We'll travel for those tournaments if you guys really wanted to.
Yeah.
We have, and we will.
Yeah. No, that's great to know.
People want to.
I didn't know that. I just
we won't put, and not everybody wants to compete. Some people just want to go to taekwondo to as like a stress reliever, or just just as an activity, just to, or just because I mean we like to think of it like it's a second family. People just go there and like they see their friends and they're talking, like the kids, the teenagers, the adults, like their friends. Some people even hang out outside of there. It's just like a place where they can. It's like a little community. They come together. You don't have to compete if you don't want to. If you want to, we'll help you. But
got it.
It's just more of like
just a community,
because that's what most people look. That's what most people look for.
Yeah.
That's what we noticed from like Tri-Cities. Is everybody just kind of wants to do that, and we're okay with that. We love that.
Yes, so, that's great. I think that's great because then not many people come together in a community.
Yeah, not many people want to compete, and we're okay with that.
Yeah.
If they do, we'll help them.
Awesome. Well, that's good to know. Yeah. I didn't know. I thought at first it was part of the requirements. I thought it was because maybe it was a couple of months ago. Prior your rebranding or whatever, but I thought that was pretty cool. I would like to see him compete, because when I was in sport, I always loved going and playing the sports, right? Competing with another school, it's just an excitement. I personally love sports. It helps me, like you say, release some stress and just kind of like get some adrenaline going, and it's just good, right? So I want to see him do some tournaments. Hopefully, whenever
we make them available, it's just let us know and then we'll help him.
Yeah,
he could do either or. He could do forums. He could do sparring if you wanted to. It's really up to you guys. We just have to help him prepare for that
because you guys are the
it's
okay, cool. So
tournament style is a lot different. It's different than just taking classes. You have to actually put more work into. It's not just 2 days a week. You have to spend a lot more time. A lot of people who compete in tournaments, and that's just taekwondo, but like in every martial art, they basically live there.
Yeah.
They practice so much, they basically live there to compete. I mean,
it's like a boxer, if you watch your favorite boxer, he'll sit there and he'll watch his work and he'll train and he'll train and he'll train until up to his day of competing.
Like the high level people, they live and breathe whatever they compete in. That's all they do. And I mean, if you wanted to do that, you just have to let us know. And that goes for anybody. We just have to help them.
We'll see, Ezikio, where you feel like going with it. We might have you compete here and there. Just so you can have some prep work and see what you like of doing that. Yeah? Sounds good? What do you think? Does that sound exciting?
Yeah, it sounds exciting.
Yeah. Do you want to spar against other people, or would you do board breaks or Pumse?
I just like to do Pumse, just board breaks.
Board breaks.
Spar someone.
Oh, you want to spar someone?
So everything.
In other words, I keep asking him, what's your favorite thing? And he keeps saying all the same things. But I think it's because he just enjoys doing everything. And he's so good at it. Yeah, he really is. So I think he'll do awesome competing. So we can look into that.
And that's how we're doing the inter-school tournament. So they can see how it runs. Cool. See if it's something they actually want to keep doing. Or just for fun.
So that's part of your new program.
That's what
nice.
It's just going to be between our 4 schools right now. And it's just going to be between all our students if they just wanted to compete. Yeah. Right now it's just going to be forums. And it'll be between our 4 schools. And you get exposed to it. Then we'll get a feeling how it runs like. And then it's just anything you want to do for fun, they can do it for fun. And then they want to okay, this is awesome. I want to do more of this then. Then they'll know if they want to actually compete.
Oh, okay. I like that. I really do, because it gives them room to try new things. I'm big on change. I'm big on trying things, and I feel like you guys do a great job at providing for the kids, and I feel like the kids feel very involved and supported, and that they have an option, and they don't feel pressured to do something they don't want to do.
And we don't want them to. I mean, it should be a place where they get to go have fun.
Yeah, it is.
It shouldn't be a place where you go there and you get stressed from being there. It should be the place that does the complete opposite.
Yeah, and that kind of goes for anything you do in life, career-wise, maybe relationships, friendship, anything. I feel like you should have control over anything in your life, and you should be confident of whatever you go into. So with that being said, I want to say a little bit more Do you guys have like special programs that you want to talk to them about, or where can they contact you if they want to learn more regarding what you guys do?
Yeah, so we have 4 different schools. I don't have the other 2 schools' phone numbers memorized.
It's okay. I mean,
as long as you look up
Yeah,
Hype Martial Arts or Hype Taekwondo, like on the shirt.
Wonderful shirt.
This amazing shirt my boss gave me. As long as you look up my Hype Martial Arts, you'll see the programs, and then on our website you can see all the schedules, when class starts. So like for like kids or teenagers and adults. The virtual school phone number is 509-627-5425, and then the Pasco one's 509-792-1333. And people can always give us a call. They can email us, or they can just show up in person.
Right.
There's people who they're just kind of like on the fence about it. It's like, you can watch class if you want.
Yes,
we tell them the times
too.
if you want to watch class before you do anything, we have a lobby, we have chairs. You're more than welcome to watch class and see how it runs and see if it's something that it's in your lane. And then after that, you can pull us aside after class. I mean, we're there. We make ourselves available. I never feel like just because we're talking to someone or someone else pulls us aside before you that you can't talk to us. I mean, we have helpers that can start class. They can lead stretches before we jump in. And if you guys want to pull us aside to talk about anything, any kind of questions,
cool,
we're more than happy to answer them.
That's awesome. I think it would be a great place to go, even if you just want to watch and see something you want to do. Like you said, they do have their lobbies, which is awesome. I like to go with Ezikio. I know right now I'm kind of on a tight schedule and I haven't been able to go, but I enjoy it. I enjoy it because I love to watch him develop and learn and push himself and be part of something where he feels included and he feels welcomed and he feels safe, right?
Yeah, that's what I love about teaching. I mean, it's like our chance to kind of use Taekwondo to try to help people become the best version of themselves. And it's awesome watching them progress from some people being really shy to some people just struggling with different things and just helping them with their their self-esteem or watching them grow stronger, watching them grow is my favorite part.
Yes.
I love that. I mean, I remember everybody's first days.
Yeah.
I remember when they were, even some people, they were tiny. And then some are now taller than me. I'm like,
how did that happen? I do remember when Ezikio started, there was this little girl, I don't know her name, but I only remember her because she's always been very confident, even though she's tiny, but she would go in there and she would give it her all and she would do all the breaks and all the kicks and everything. It was so cute. And I remember that we went to go test, I think it was for your red belt, I think it was.
Yeah.
You guys had her go up there and do her poomsae all by herself in front of all the parents, and it's oh my gosh.
Well, we use that for opportunity because sometimes he asks me, who do you think needs the most extra confidence boost? Who thinks who do you think is it's I think this person can do it, and I think this will help them a lot. And that's all different. That's how we sometimes pick people. It's a chance to shine. It's who do you think?
Yeah.
And then we send them out there and they're okay.
Dude, she was little. I don't remember I don't know how old she is, but all you saw was all the parents sitting in there, and then the instructors on the other side, and the kids on the side, and then she was in the middle. She just went up there and she just did it. She didn't think twice. She didn't mess up. She did everything to the dot. I was oh my God, I am impressed.
Yeah, she did an amazing job too.
Yeah, remember now who I'm talking about? Yes. Yeah. Okay, yes. See, that's exactly how I feel about Ezikio too, because when he started, he was a little bit on the shy side, and he was also he wasn't struggling in school, but he needed more help, and I feel he needed a confidence boost, right? So he can feel more comfortable asking for help or saying, hey, this is not making sense. Yeah. And I feel it's really helped him develop.
Yeah. And one of my other favorite parts too is the trouble kids, the ones who don't pay attention, or the bad attitude ones, watching them grow. Because I mean, sometimes they'll have bad attitude, I say, a wipe up, but then sometimes those are the kids who become the most respectful students we have in the class, and we love watching that kind of growth as well. It's this kid had the worst attitude. Now he has the best attitude in class, the most respectful, the most focused. We've had lots of those, and it's that's amazing to watch happen. It's not instantaneous. It's little wins. We try to have everybody have little wins. Doesn't matter with what. So sometimes with confidence, sometimes confidence, or getting something down, or having better attitude, or just if they look
positive,
sad, make them smile so they make up their day a little bit. Have everybody little wins, and then eventually that grows
to something better.
Something bigger. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I say that because Ezikio being in elementary, well, now he's going to 6th grade and he's very excited. Yeah. Yes, he's a 6th grader now. I know. But I really remember when he started elementary, right? So now where we live in the east side, there's Whittier. Whittier now is like preschool up to 3rd grade, where before when I went to Whittier, it was like not preschool, but kinder until 6th or 5th grade. And then you would go into Ochoa as far as like 6th, 7th, and 8th. But they split it up from preschool to 3rd and then 4th to 5th with Curry STEM school, which is where he ended up finishing his elementary. And I remember his principal being involved in his development and learning and everything. And they would always call me and tell me what the plan was. And I remember this last time I talked to his principal, he said, have you noticed like the confidence Ezikio has? And I'm like, yes. He's like, I remember he used to walk down the hallway and he wasn't very confident. He wasn't very like friendly. He was more like, okay, what is this school about? Like
super shy.
He didn't know people and friends, right? And then he's like, and now you look at him in the hallway and he's like super friendly, saying hi to everybody, saying good morning. That's great things to hear because Ezikio has really grown a lot.
That's really cool to hear. I didn't know about that. That's really cool.
Right. Yeah, I was impressed too because he, being the principal, there's a lot of kids you got to control and remember everything. But because I've been so involved with the school and the teachers and the principal, he knew that. They all know Ezikio's my son. So when they see me and they already know who I am. Because aside from seeing you and me and them, like I still talk to them. I message them. I know everything you do in school.
You got a close eye on you, man. Close eye, you can't do nothing.
No, not like that. It's just been very involved to make sure he gets the help he needs. So
that's really cool.
Yeah, that really like caught me off guard, and it was really nice to know. So I was like, yes, I have to get him on my podcast. Because aside from work, obviously, my kids are everything to me, and I want to be able to support them and give them that confidence they need in life and making sure that they become the best version of themselves in the future.
It's really, really cool.
Thank you. Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's
typically
part of the reason.
We don't get to hear about that unless someone tells us.
Exactly.
We just get to see it on the map, but we don't really get to see it on Tyler because we don't see them there.
Yeah, but I haven't had a chance to come to class and really talk to you. So I thought having you on the podcast and telling you a little bit about Ezikio and his progress with taekwondo and school, I think that's like, to me, it's amazing. Because he's my son, obviously. He's the best. But other than that, I really love what you guys do, taekwondo. And I love the whole concept around their new hype taekwondo. So
awesome rebrand.
I really like it. When I seen it, I was like, oh, interesting. Did they change? But I guess now they're the same company. It's just a new branding.
Different name. That's all it is.
Different name. Yes. More opportunity.
More. Hopefully it'd be a lot better.
Awesome.
Even better.
Good. I can't wait to see everything and how much more Ezikio is going to evolve, develop, and grow with like school and taekwondo.
I'm ready for Ochoa school.
Oh, are you?
Yeah. Are you excited?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. I'm excited for you. Yeah. That's just Ezikio for you. Well, Mr. Allen, is there anything else you want to tell the community, anybody watching?
No,
I
I don't really know what to say. I've never been in the podcast before.
Everybody says that.
I mean, if you want to give us a shot, they can give us a shot. I mean, I think we have an amazing program.
Yeah.
We help with different things, and you learn lots of stuff. You'll grow as a person. We have 4 different locations. So, I mean, it's not like you have to go out of your way to like go to a certain spot. You can go to you can go to Pasco with me. You can go to Richland, West Richland, Kennewick, whichever one you really want to. I mean, we have it all.
Yes.
Basically all the cities.
Yeah. If you want a recommendation, I think Mr. Allen's the best, by the way.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. Aside from Mr. Roach, he's pretty awesome too. But
I love everything that Master's done and all the opportunities he's given me.
Cool.
I mean,
he's pretty awesome, honestly.
It's rare the fact that he's been as nice and the stuff he said that he's gonna do for me that he has done and the goals and the layout he's done for me to be able to actually make a career out of this, because I mean, no one really hears that.
Right.
Being a taekwondo instructor is being able to make a career out of it.
Yes, that was another thing I wanted to
and
touch.
grow and
Yeah.
different things like that, and the stuff that he's been able to provide for me. I was like, this is amazing.
That's awesome.
Like, you don't really hear about that.
Oh, yeah.
I knew that was rare.
Yeah.
And I didn't know how rare that was until he like took us to like different places for like different seminars where like other school owners are at, and then I hear other people talking. I was like, wow, he's like
he's legit. He's the real deal.
Yeah. I'm like, wow, I'm even more appreciative of the opportunities he's given me, and
he's
amazing.
Yeah, that's actually another great point you make. When you go into business or any career you pursue, it's very important to have a good leader, a good person to be your structure, your support. Is someone who you can go to when you need help, when you have questions, when someone who guides you through all that is just amazing. And
because I mean, when I first met him, he was just my teacher.
Yeah.
And then when I was about to turn 16, he asked me if I wanted to just help around, and all it would have been it was junior instructors, holding targets, leading stretches, and helping tie belts, giving little pointers, like slowly, like
being an assistant,
helping kids find wins and other students. And
so he was training you in a way to be who you are today. Be your own
basically.
instructor.
I don't think he had that originally planned. It was up until like as I started getting like being there longer, and then how you saw how I did, and then how everybody just kind of, I guess, they liked me or something.
Yeah.
and then he asked me, he offered me, he's like, hey, if one day we can open a Pascal school if you wanted to stay. I was like, I don't know. He's like, I didn't know I didn't know that was a thing. Originally I wanted to be a pediatrician. I was like, I might just go that route.
Interesting, yeah.
And I was like, it's like, yeah, you could do this. He convinced me.
Yeah.
And like he told me the stuff, the layouts and everything. I was like,
he saw it in you, I'm sure. Because you do really good being an instructor, and I'm happy that you're Ezikio's instructor.
Yeah, he's an amazing boss.
Yes, that's awesome. So you only do taekwondo, you don't do anything else? Like
I go to CVC for school.
Oh, okay.
I want to be able to learn a little bit more of the business aspect.
Oh, okay.
But basically, that's my full-time job. I'm there from 1 o'clock to, I mean, class ends at 8:15, but I don't really leave till like 8:30.
Oh, wow. So it is a full 8-hour job for you. Yeah. Interesting. I did not know that.
I
was wondering. I was like, what does he do? Does he come from another job? Does he have something else?
I have kids that ask me that. It's like, so what do you do for work? I'm like, this. This is it.
That's awesome.
That's because no one knows that that's a thing. That's an
Yeah.
opportunity. It's something you could do. I mean,
if you have the will and the power to do what you want to do, you can do anything in the world in your life.
Yeah, I mean,
it's really up to you. That's awesome.
I'm very appreciative of the masters that was able to do that.
Well,
for me.
Mr. Roach, you've heard it here. He's very appreciative of you.
I've already told him in person.
I know, but we want you to say it in video. So if he watches this video, I'm sure he
probably will.
I'm sure.
I told him I was going to be on here. He's like, so what's the podcast? And it's like, I don't know. He said yes.
Well, maybe we'll have him next if he's interested.
Yeah, I'll let him know.
We'll talk that out. Well, here we go. Thank you so much for being in our podcast.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for having me.
Yes, of course. I'm so glad you said yes. Thank you, Ezikio, for being here. Yep. Did you have fun?
I really had fun.
Yeah, you did? Did you enjoy talking about you and Mr. Allen?
Oh, it was great.
It was great? Awesome. I love it. So, guys, if you guys want to learn more about Tri-Cities, people in the Tri-Cities, our community, tune in. Thank you so much for checking us out, and we'll see you next time.